Rob wanted to do an entire episode as a response, actually, to some questions that a lot of the fans had from a couple previous seasons. It was from the time that Gabrielle fell into the lava pit, and then there were subsequent episodes, obviously, where Gabrielle was dead, or fabled to be, and suddenly she, you know, came back into existence and they reunited, and we all know what happened from there. It had almost plagued Rob in a sense, because he is somebody that so caters to his viewers, to the fans. I mean, he just ultimately, you know, wants to create stories that everybody is invested in, and you know, something that not only he wants to watch, but he wants people to really get into it.
See, once again, it appears that someone wants to...
That's that broad who discovered she was Joxer in a previous life.
He takes a lot of what fans think and suggest very seriously. It was, you know, the last season of Xena, and it was really winding down, and he just really wanted to make this one huge push to, like, you know, cement for everybody the answers that they were all looking for. So the entire episode was kind of a whole retelling of what could have possibly transpired in that time.
Well, over the years, we've caused each other a lot of grief. And I think that's because I couldn't express my true feelings.
What are you driving at?
Will you marry me?
When they approached me to write this episode, actually, I knew that he already had, you know, the main idea of what he wanted addressed, basically, in the episode. And I also knew that he wanted to use some characters from another episode called Deja Vu, or is it Deja Vu all over again? And Lucy, Renee, and Ted Raimi had played modern age characters, and he wanted to bring those people back in because, I mean, it was, you know, Xena was ending, and it was really an opportunity to kind of, with one of those episodes where you're able to go to modern times and then go back and forth, he really wanted to utilize as many of the characters that he had, you know, created and loved over again for one last time.
Gabrielle is alive, and you're gonna help me find her whether you like it or not.
As far as options for how Gabrielle could have possibly, conceivably, lived during the lava pit fall.
Oh, picked up a little something on Gabrielle.
You're spying on me now?
No, I'm just worried you're still holding out hope. Guess that was a poor choice of words.
The character of Gabrielle is such, you know, a caring individual and completely from the heart, and it was just that ultimate maternal instinct, I think, is what we rationalized there, that despite everything, you know, she would save her child. That was her child, and that was the end of it. She's somebody, obviously, that believes in redemption. She believed in it for Xena, and I mean, that was obviously the ultimate example of that, so why not hope?
Look, I know this is a marriage made in Hades, but I figure we don't have to abandon every tradition, so here, something old. It's a lock of Gabrielle's hair. It's weird, I know. I got it when she got her haircut last time, and I want you to have it.
The Joxer Something Borrowed, Something Blue scene is actually, I I think Rob's
Picked it this
favorite
morning.
scene in that episode,
First bloom of the season.
he actually called me up and said that he was so touched by it, which I appreciated. But yeah, it was Ted. First of all, is such a rare talent. I mean, this guy is able to go from absolute screwball comedy to completely poignant, moving scenes just in a flash, and you buy it all the whole time.
I guess we need something blue now, huh?
That's easy. It's me.
Everything's going to be fine, Joxer. I promise.
You know, we knew this was a really major scene in the whole Xena story, really. She was about to marry Ares, which no one ever thought could possibly come to pass. So it needed to be treated kind of with the weight with which it really had.
I know enough about what happens in that scroll to know how it turns out.
Well, don't ruin it for me. I hate it when people blab the spoilers.
The fact that we wrote fans into this episode, I mean, the entire episode came to pass because of the strong fan base that Xena had.
How could Gabrielle have shown up? That defies the logic of the following scrolls.
Yeah, Xena and Gabby don't meet up until a family affair. What kind of Brooklyn Bridge are you trying to sell us, Delaney?
Rob really wanted to make a whole episode really for them and about them, and why not, since we were in modern day, actually put some fans in there with their own opinions and, you know, just really getting into the whole mix. And I think it's always fun for viewers to see that. I mean, they could actually relate to it, and you know, maybe they thought it was after them. I mean, so many of them had approached Rob, Lucy, everybody at conventions that, you know, with ideas and just everything that, you know, why not put them in and give them a little bit of a credit.
New scrolls means new episodes! Yes, season 7! Yeah, season 7! Season 7! Rob Tapers, give us what we want! Deliver a new season, a 7th season of Xena!
Right. Meg in the whipped cream outfit.
My little Bubba, my little Bubba, my little Bubba. Chooky, 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 chooky.
Give me an A! Give me an
As I recall, that scene was in and out again. I think ultimately I'd have to say that it is production, chiefly Eric Grundeman, that would be, to to thank for the whipped cream outfit as it actually came out.
Hey, what's with this whole cake thing?
Well, I needed a way to earn a few extra dinars. What do you think?
Banana cream, my favorite. You know, classy lady like you shouldn't be here. I'm gonna take you away from all this.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to your other good friend, Gabrielle?
Oh, her? Haven't you heard? She's dead.
I'll drink to that.
Can't you see I'm grieving here?
Well, sorry, baby cakes, but Dad is dead. Can't change that.
No. But I can try.
Rob is actually a great person to work for in just about any way you can imagine. He was fantastic. I mean, I've heard horror stories in Hollywood. You always hear about assistants, just, you know, the whole swimming with sharks syndrome. But Rob really defeated all of my preconceived notions of what executive producers could be like, which was great. But when he was approached actually by another producer at the company, Mike McDonald, who was the only one that really knew that I was a writer and I'd gone to school for writing, and that's what I ultimately wanted to do. Mike gave him a script of mine, or he might not have even given him the script, just said that he had read it and that they should give me a try. I mean, Rob was so gracious about it, and he could have, you know, just wanted me as his assistant for the rest of his life and not given me any other further opportunity, but he was really great. I mean, he really went into it blindly, and, you know, he didn't know if I was any good, really. So it was really an opportunity for me to prove myself to him in another capacity, and to launch a completely new career for myself. So.